I'm Bay Dobbins. I'm a Marine, I'm a dad, I'm a widower. We came to Capital Caring Health for my wife. She was stricken with glioblastoma multiforme in 2017. She spent 14 months fighting the disease, and then for the last 6 weeks or so, maybe last month or so, she was in hospice care under Capital Caring Health. My wife had this incredible smile. And when she smiled, you could feel it. You could feel it. She'd light up a room walking into it. My wife, from the very beginning of our relationship, made it very clear to me that motherhood was in her future. She wanted to be a mom. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to raise children, and she did that with our 3 kids, and she did a great job. End of October, beginning of November, she checked into Inova and was there for the next 30 days or so. Going through another battery of radiation treatments. And then very shortly after checking in, she was essentially paralyzed on the left side of her body. I was worried that I would not be able to provide the care level that she needed. Had a very difficult time finding a facility that was acceptable to me for my wife to be while we continued down this path. Through December and into January, I think we were still pretending that the end wasn't coming. I think we knew it, but we weren't willing to face it.
For the Dobbins family, I think it was different for them to receive the hospice care because she was younger. I think as we go through life, you expect a 90-year-old to die, not so much someone in their 30s or 40s. So when she had 3 young children, it made the case a little bit harder to deal with as a nurse, and as our team, we had to figure out how to best support Bay as he cared for her, and he did a fabulous job of caring for his wife as she died, but also still maintaining the father role for the 3 children.
When my wife first started having seizures, I didn't get a chance to talk to my kids about what that means. And Matthew was in there with her by himself when she had a seizure, and he didn't know what was going on. And he came out of the room, he was crying because he didn't understand what was happening. And that's where I felt I missed a mark. I didn't prepare my son for something that was going to scare him immensely. But it was here at home. It wasn't at a hospital. It wasn't at a clinic. It was here where we could all come together as a family. And I could take him back in there and explain what happened. I could take all of them back in there and we could put our hands on Mom and we could talk about what had happened. And being able to do that instead of here at home, instead of somewhere else. As unsure of myself as I was when I made that decision, I will never regret it.
Grief can be a very lonely process. It can be a lonely process for our team, and it's important for them to be able to process through losing patients every day. It's also important for our families to know that they're not alone, that there is hope. It just looks different than it did before. And so our purpose is to be there to support them and hold their hand and to give them that hope.
The fact that my wife could be medically cared for and treated while I was trying to keep the family afloat in the place that we call home. In hindsight, I can't tell you how glad I am I did it. I know I really questioned myself a lot when I was going through it, mostly because I was worried about the level of care that I would be able to provide on my own here.
Just that whole team approach gives them the support so they're not alone or feeling alone in this process.
What I really appreciated about the hospice care was that it wasn't just my wife that was being cared for. It was me. It was my kids. It was the family that was being taken care of. And that helped a lot. It helped a lot.